What's up, everyone? I finally did it. I finally freaking did it, man. I made it to rank 10 in Go Battle League in the Great League, and this has been the longest, most intense grind that I have ever experienced in Pokemon Go PvP. Props to you, Niantic, for just making it insanely challenging to get to rank 10. Like, I have so much respect for anyone who is able to make it to rank 10 because there's so many different things that we have to deal with. We have to deal with this absolutely atrocious lag that seems to be getting worse and worse every single day. And we have to deal with this matchmaking system that sometimes when you jump on and search for matches, the only people that are online at that given point in time are people that are a way lower rating than you, and then it's nearly impossible to gain any points from that match. But I finally did it, and the really unfortunate thing is that I forgot to record that set of battles. I actually went 5-0 for my final jump up to rank 10. I was at 2964, and then I'm like, okay, I'll just do a set right now to try to boost my rating up a little bit, and then I'll make a live video out of this with me hitting rank 10. And I ended up going 5-0, and that was the thing that pushed me up to 3004, I think. So rank 10, and you'll see that clip at the end of the video of me actually getting up to rank 10. But I thought I would just talk to you guys about how I got up to rank 10. First of all, I'm just saying there's no secret. There's no secret to getting to rank 10. And you can look at all of these different teams that get posted on YouTube from me and other content creators. And yes, obviously you need to have a really good team. But just by having the correct Pokemon in the correct order is not automatically going to jump you up to rank 10. It takes a lot of practice. It takes a lot of skill. And it actually takes a decent amount of luck to get the correct matchups at those top ranks. Because as we know, almost everyone is running at least Azumarill and Registeel. And so there is a little bit of predictability of what people are going to run up there. But sometimes you just get absolutely hard countered and there's no way of getting around it. Sometimes you lag really bad and that ends up costing you the match. So, but what you can control is knowing your matchups, getting really good at your switch-ins, knowing how to use your shields effectively. So everyone is capable of getting to rank 10, but it is just very, very difficult. Like, I'm not going to sugarcoat this at all. Very, very challenging, and huge props to anyone who has already made it to rank 10. The team that I used to get me, honestly, up to 2,900 was the team that you've seen before on this channel a couple of videos back. Whiscash lead, Haunter safe switch, and Registeel in the back. That worked out really, really well for me. However, it did have a slight Azumarill weakness. If they led Azumarill, it was a little bit rough. And then a team that I got some points with as well was Azumarill lead, Shiftry, Switch in, and Registeel in the back, which I think we'll see some battles with that team later on in this video. However, that team has a pretty significant weakness to Toxicroak. I ran into some scenarios where they had a Toxicroak in the back, and it was totally game over. And then this team, this is actually Arrow's team. Shout out to Arrow. Galvantula lead, Azumarill, and Registeel in the back. And if you encounter an Altaria lead, the way that I kind of like to play it out is safe switch my Registeel. Because that way they're going to switch out of that matchup anyways, and you'll still have Azumarill in the back. But honestly, the Galvantula in the lead spot has so many favorable matchups because that Pokemon is just purely anti-meta. Anything that's not in the meta, it kind of sucks in its matchups against. But against Registeel, it's great. Against Azumarill, it's awesome. Skarmory is great. Hypno, totally fine. You can land a Bug Buzz. Same thing with Umbreon, land that Bug Buzz. You just need to watch out for Altaria, and luckily Azumarill and Registeel can both handle that in the back. So this line of 3 really worked for me, and this was actually what I got my 5-0 to shoot me up to rank 10. But best of luck to you all out there getting up to rank 10. We are now moving into Ultra League today, and again, most of my skill and knowledge is in the Great League. So I have a lot to learn in Ultra League, and I'm sure my rating is going to tank a little bit, but that is okay. Um, Another thing I learned while doing this is when I battled, so I'm in the United States in Mountain Time here in Colorado. When I would jump on and do some battles around like 11 p.m. or later, I would actually get paired up with people that were higher rating than me, which is absolutely what you want. You want to be paired up against people that are higher rating than you because you don't lose as many points if you lose to them, and you gain a lot more points if you beat them. So for me personally, that time frame seemed to be very good. When I would battle in the middle of the day, it would take sometimes 2 to 3 minutes for me to find an opponent, and then when I would find an opponent, they'd be like 2 to 300 rating below me. So really not ideal at all, because even if I win that match, I literally get like 0 points from that matchup. So just something that I found. Maybe you can kind of experiment and see what best frame of time is good for you. Maybe all the hardcore people play late at night. I don't know. But that's just something I noticed as well. So let's kind of talk through some of these battles. These sets of battles right here, I don't do super well. I think I go 2 and 3 in both of them. Like I go negative, but like in reality, this is how a lot of my Go Battle League sets go. I don't just sit here and pump out 4 1s and 5 0s all day. Like it is so hard. It is so hard at the 2900 plus range. So these are just some open and honest battles. You can see what happens here. So my Registeel is against the Haunter, and they successfully bait me with a Shadow Punch. That really sucks. I need to get this Haunter out of here. This Flash Cannon will be able to take it out. And in the back is Lapras, so this is very favorable for me. I resist the Ice Shard. The Surf isn't going to really do that much damage, and assuming that they're running Skull Bash, I would resist that. So just going to go straight for the Focus Blast, take out this Lapras, and secure this victory here. Good game. These were actually some battles when I was ranked 10, and I was still getting smacked around. Going up against Star Wars Lego here. Really favorable lead for me. When anyone leads Skarmory, you can kind of safely assume that they might be playing the Caleb Pang team. And their Shiftry catches my Discharge. Really unfortunate. I'm just going straight for another Discharge here, but pretty much the whole point of this team is to have Shiftry gain them a shield advantage, and then Meganium can just sweep in the back against my Azumarill and my Registeel. So not too great. I tried to avoid that and not expel any shields, but now we have a loaded Shiftry, which is just going to give me a headache, to say the least. And I know that they're going to have Meganium in the back as well. So this is pretty rough. I really wish that I would have gotten the Discharge off on the Skarmory before I was able to switch out. Man, I don't get it. Some people are totally just in my brain with their timing of their switches, because I overfarmed on my Discharge. I didn't throw Discharge right away, but they still timed it perfectly, which is just hilarious. It happens to me so frequently. I will overcharge in hopes that they will still stay in and won't know the timing of the switch. But then they end up sacrificial swapping right at that given moment anyways. But it's pretty hilarious. So this Meganium is really giving me a hard time. I do successfully shield up the Earthquake, thank goodness. But look, they still have a shield advantage over me. They still have the Skarmory. We are now equal in shields. So I make a sacrificial swap into Azumarill to catch the Earthquake, which was a huge play. But now, okay, oh my gosh, look at that play. What a beautiful play. The Skarmory catches the Ice Beam. So I think what I should have done here is actually, I don't know if Registeel wins the CMP tie though. And so, yeah, he's letting me take out the Skarmory. He's going to Vine Whip my Azumarill down. He's going to have enough for an Earthquake and win the CMP tie and take me out. Really good play. Really good play. Way to come back from that. And that sacrificial swap really solidified them the game. Good game there. Going up against Mystic Wayfarer here. Galvantula into Jirachi is not super ideal because I can't go for the Bug Buzz to nuke it. Because it would only hit for neutral, so I'm just going to go for Discharge here and kind of see how they want to play it out. Jirachi is a really annoying thing to deal with. Even when you get a Registeel on it, you think that you can kind of just stay in there, farm up a little bit extra. No, man, those Doom Desires hurt so bad. And the confusion damage really adds up, so Jirachi is still alive. I'm up a shield. My Galvantula is down. So this is where I'm going to bring out my Registeel, and I'm like, oh, this is great. I can farm up some extra energy. Jirachi ain't having it, man. Look how much damage that Doom Desire does, even though it's resisted, and look at how much these confusions are chunking away at Registeel. I eat another Doom Desire. I am at half health, folks. I am at half health here, and this Jirachi is still dancing around. Oh, man. I know Alfindial likes to use Jirachi a lot. Shout out to him. I still have yet to like double move and max out mine, so maybe that's something that I should do. Look at that amazing swap into Umbreon. Oh my gosh, man. People are really playing well at these top levels. So I try to make a sacrificial swap into a Azumarill. Totally fails. This is honestly how it goes, man. I make a lot of mistakes still at these top ranks. It's very challenging. And now, man, this Umbreon's already got me down to half health. They have Toxicroak in the back that already has stored energy, so I need to make sure I have enough stored energy to threaten it. And I'm saving this shield for the possible Sludge Bomb that's going to be coming from the Toxicroak. I need to land this Hydro Pump. My bubble goes through, so I know I have enough energy right after this charge move to get to the Hydro Pump. Able to get to the Hydro Pump right here. And it is just barely enough to take out the Toxicroak. And then out comes Umbreon, and I'm able to take that match. Good game. Okay, this is where I was using the other team, and I actually got matched up against Toshi here. I see a Skarmory lead, so I'm thinking, is this the team? And I see Shiftry, and I'm like, this is the team. So I'm going to mirror with my own Shiftry, because this way my Shiftry avoids the Skarmory. I still have Registeel in the back, which as we know is an absolute wall to the Skarmory. I really don't want to commit any shields on this interaction here. Even if I lose switch advantage, I'm fine with that because I know what's in the back. I'm able to get to this Leaf Blade. I do have a rank 1 Shiftry, so I'm assuming that I would lose the CMP tie. So at this point, there's no sense in shielding. Gonna let it go down, and then I actually might bring in a Azumarill for a very aggressive farm down. Because I know that there's a Meganium in the back, I need to have stored energy to threaten it with an Ice Beam. So check this out. I don't shield this because my win condition is to give my Registeel 2 shields. That is what I'm thinking. Out comes the Meganium. Yep, I expected this. But this is why I overfarmed, so I can threaten this Meganium with Ice Beams. He's going to have to commit a shield eventually. Meganium's able to get a Frenzy Plant off. I really want to threaten shields right now. So I'm going to shield that up. Get this Ice Beam off. Hopefully get a shield. I do get a shield. Instantly going to switch into Registeel now. But this is still going to surprisingly be very close just because of how amazing of a player Toshi is. I do correctly shield the Earthquake, which was a huge play on my part. The thing is, I cannot let this Skarmory get me low enough to be in Frenzy Plant range. Very scary. And I know Meganium is going to win that CMP tie at the end, so I really need to be careful of that. He still has a shield, so I need to overfarm leaving this matchup to actually be able to throw 2 Flash Cannons. I know Flash Cannon isn't going to take out the Skarmory, but I want to lock on farm it down, again, to leave with stored energy. Okay, I'm not able to get hit by another Sky Attack, thank goodness. Out comes Meganium. I am getting very close to being in Frenzy Plant range, which is very scary. But it looks like he realized that his only win condition was to get to Earthquake, and I was able to beat the Meganium to the Earthquake because I overfarmed on the Skarmory. Good games there, Toshi. Going up against Cedric 801 here. horrible lead. I'm going to try to catch a leaf blade with my own shift tree. What is the deal, man? All my fancy moves never work out. At least when I'm recording. And then I shut the camera off and I go 5-0 and get to rank 10. It's ridiculous, but they were very smart, held on to their energy. And I'm very surprised that they're staying in here, which now I kind of regret not shielding my shift tree at all. Out comes Registeel. I will at least be able to get a foul play off to threaten this thing. It does about 25% damage. About 30% damage. It's really no joke. Shift tree is amazing. I used shift tree in all of my Toxic Cup tournaments, and it was really useful in that. It's really useful in Go Battle League as well if you can align it. I now have a shield advantage, which is great for me. I know the shift tree is still in there. Oh man, I try to do another fancy move to catch a flash cannon with my Registeel, but it doesn't work. Jeez, this person is totally reading me like a book. My Azumarill, I think, is one bubble away from an Ice Beam. And I know that shift tree is in the back. Out comes shift tree again. I'm very curious as to why the shift tree came out, because now it's not going to be able to be aligned with my Azumarill. They're really staying in here. I'm able to get the flash cannon off. This will be enough to take out the shift tree if they let it go through. They are keeping this shift tree alive. They know that I have my Azumarill. I'm still very curious as to why they are keeping this thing in. I shield up. It's their own Azumarill in the back. And this is not good because my Azumarill is not running the Play Rough moveset. And so I believe this person kind of took a guess as to whether or not I was running the Play Rough moveset or not, and they definitely guessed correctly. Oh, thank goodness they're dumping their energy right here. And they are running Play Rough. They reveal it right there. They go for the undercharge. Great play. I do not want to be hit by a Play Rough. I am really hoping that this Hydro Pump is enough to take this thing out. Thank goodness. Out comes Shift Tree. Oh my gosh. I can survive one Leaf Blade. Oh man. This is going to be so close. And I'm going to lose the CMP tie. Oh my gosh. I barely get to an Ice Beam and I'm able to take this Shift Tree out. Good game there. Oh man. Going against Mamo, okay, Phoenix, something like that. Amazing lead for me. So here's a way that I could play this better. I should have blind swapped into Shift Tree instantly. The second that I see Altaria go, just get Shift Tree in there, so whatever matchup he's going to be in, he can avoid the Altaria. I do get a shield on the Deoxys right there. I was worried that Rock Slide would be enough to take me out. I do want to win out this matchup, or at least get shield advantage coming out of this, but the counter damage from Defense Deoxys is really adding up, and because I was slow on this switch in, I'm really not doing super great. I go for a Leaf Blade bait, I do get the last shield, and I'm not able to get the foul play. Oh man, that sucked. If I switched in, one turn earlier, I would have been able to have that matchup, but now I am at a significant disadvantage. This Deoxys is probably going to land a Thunderbolt on me. Oh my gosh, really not good. And I can't sit in here and overfarm because I cannot afford to get hit by another Thunderbolt. So Hydro Pump takes it out. Meganium in the back. This is really rough. I need to take down this Altaria and then overfarm enough to dump at least one flash cannon onto the Meganium, which it's just not going to happen. Shields are down. Azumarill is going to get wrecked by that Meganium. My switch clock is not up yet. Man. So I get the flash cannon. Down goes Altaria. I need to get a flash cannon off on this Meganium, and maybe, just maybe, but I'm in Frenzy Plant range. Very close to Frenzy Plant range. So I switch into my Azumarill. Do I catch an Earthquake? No. No, I do not. I caught a Frenzy Plant. That would have been so cool. Could have been so cool if it was an earthquake, but it was not. Good game. Going up against global goals. Dude, this guy had my number, if I remember correctly. Umbreon lead, which is favorable for me. Very surprised that they're staying in. Just going to put on a lot of last resort damage here. I believe this was the guy that the timing on his switch-ins was unbelievably precise. And it wasn't even that he was counting moves correctly. It was that he just knew like when I was going to throw my charge move. It was insane. So I'm committing no shields here. We did get oh my gosh, so much lag. Did you see that timer reset there? Last resorts are coming through. Here's going to be another last resort. I really need to get rid of this Umbreon, man. So going for the Hydro Pump again. I am overcharged a little bit. So I have some residual energy, and that's probably massive overkill. Yikes, out comes the Alolan Raichu, and I really need to get this Ice Beam off. I don't know how I lose this match. I am in control of this matchup right here. I have favorable leads. I can bring out Shiftry. I'm going to resist the Thunder Punch. I'm actually going to resist everything that the Raichu throws at me. Look at that Oh, this is why. This is why. Ah, yeah. So this is what this team struggles against, is a Toxicroak in the back. Who runs Toxicroak in the back, man? Who does that? I've seen it in the lead a lot, but this is horrible. I was really hoping that I could just get the Toxicroak low enough that I can come in and lock on farm this down. I have to commit both shields here. And I really need this Toxicroak gone. Oh, he's able to kid off another Mud Bomb. This really sucks. He is up a shield. He still has the Raichu. I lose the CMP here. I still don't think this Raichu is in Flash Cannon range. It's going to be very close. Hopefully the subsequent lock-on damage will chunk it down. Oh, and he lets it go through. And then at this point, I'm like, oh man, I just have to lock-on farm this thing down then, because my Shiftry is going to come out. Look at this play. He perfectly over-farms and then lands the Thunder Punch on my Shiftry. Wow. Wow, man. Props to you recognizing that win condition. Really good. Let's see, I think this is the last battle in the match. Yep, okay, this is what I really struggle against. Toxicroak, it is in the lead. My Azumarill has to take out this Toxicroak, or I'm totally screwed. But as we know, this is actually surprisingly still a favorable matchup for Toxicroak, especially if it can successfully Mud Bomb bait. Oh my gosh, it successfully Mud Bomb baits. So I'm going to have to commit 2 shields here. Because I need to win out this matchup, man. This Toxicroak is going to wreck my Shiftry. It's going to wreck my Registeel. Going for the Ice Beam. Please let this go through. Nope, they're hanging in there. Oh, man. Oh, my gosh. So I tried it. Oh, my gosh. I try to be fancy and catch a Sludge Bomb with my Registeel, but it doesn't happen. These people are such great players and making me look like a fool. I finally get rid of the Toxicroak, but after it is shredded 60% of my Registeel and like half of my Azumarill and took both my shields. And now I have a Shiftry with no shields, which is actually going to really struggle against this Azumarill. They are probably just going to fully commit to farming me down with their Azumarill and have all this loaded energy to dump into my Azumarill or my Shiftry. If they're running Play Rough, this really sucks. Okay, they store up all that energy in their Azumarill, and they bring out Registeel. I have like a half health Azumarill. I have to land the Hydro Pump. It's going to do 50% damage to Registeel. Flash Can is not enough to take me out. Oh, this is just so bad. There's no win in this game right here. This is going to be pretty rough. I have Shiftry with no energy on it. They have a loaded... and then I can't get to Foul Play before Registeel hits me with Focus Blast, so what the heck kind of a move was that? But I was worried about being farmed out. Yeah, this was a hard loss there, but after this battle, you'll get to see the clip of me actually hitting rank 10, which was very exciting, and again, is very unplanned. I did not plan on hitting rank 10 in that particular set, but this is where I claim the rewards. Boom! Up to rank 10. Oh, finally was able to hit it. Best of luck to all of you on your rank 10 journey. It is brutal out there. It is very difficult, but if you like this video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. If you want to support the channel, head on over to my Patreon. The link will be down in the description. Thank you all so much for watching. Man, Ultra League comes out today. Let's see how we do. I'll see you in the next video.